Alright, you ready, Lauren?
Sure.
Alright, okay.
You ready, Jenna?
Yeah, I'm ready. Okay. Hi, guys!
Why are you using that voice?
Oh, I don't know what voice to use, I'm sorry, okay.
Just talk normally.
Okay, alright.
Fucking vocal fry it up.
How do I... How do I introduce myself? Okay, so, I'm Tumblr user Uconda.
AKA Pornographic Penguin,
Oh.
AKA Jenna, AKA
I don't
most
go by
obnoxious
names.
person on the planet.
Jew calls me Burrito.
I love you. That's perfect. You are a burrito.
Alright, okay, now you introduce yourself.
I'm Lauren, aka Sinister Cacophony, aka Sakura Suga, aka a bunch of other usernames that are not consistent at all.
She's Lauren.
I'm Lauren. That's me.
the Lauren of lore.
I'm Jenna's BFF, who also lives with her, who also writes half of her jokes.
Excuse you. Fucking rude.
Am I wrong?
No.
Okay, I don't write anything. I have to take credit for some things, or I just feel lonely. I just feel left out. I'm like, Jenna writes all this stuff, and then I'm like, okay, but I'm just here. But if I'm like, no, I write those jokes, then I feel included.
I feel that. You could write if you wanted to. You have the brain for it. You just don't have...
The motivation
Yeah.
or energy.
Yeah. Alright, okay, but anyways, so today what we're gonna do is we set up this entire prompt thing and we're gonna kind of record ourselves talking about like fanfiction ideas. Sometimes I get a lot of questions about, you know, like the process of writing fics and like coming up with ideas and stuff like that.
And the process is I go something like, Ginger you, go! And then she goes, no, and then we talk about it.
But yeah, so we do a lot of like, we talk a lot, we do the thing where we fucking chit-chat about fanfiction and stuff. That's basically always how it's been, and I just think that might be a kind of an interesting thing to like fucking document on.
There are like
Super weird.
AUs. You're not being super weird, shut up. Calm your fucking anxiety. Shit. I was gonna say something and then you distracted
I'm
me.
so sorry. But yeah, this is what we normally
No,
do.
yeah, we normally do. We normally sit down and I'll be like, Yunmin June AU, we don't have one of those, and then we'll start from complete scratch, and then at the end we'll have like 9 hours of material on a fucking extensive universe Yunmin June AU that's
Exactly.
probably never gonna get written. So
But I think it might be kind of a cool thing for some people to see and kind of understand, because I try to explain it sometimes and I'm like, I don't fucking know.
you're like, I don't know, I just talk and words come out, and
Yeah.
sometimes they're funny, and then sometimes I write them down in long form, and then half of them never get written, and we just move on.
Basically, yeah. So
You know what would be another cool podcast if people like this one is to do, like, talk about AUs we're probably not gonna write, like the Yunmin June
that'd be
one,
kinda cool.
or the Haunted House one, or like
The Poor
any of
Haunted
them.
House AU.
Or the Porn Monster one.
Oh, the Porn Monster one, yeah.
So
okay,
any
we
of
should-
those.
yeah.
Sorry, just a little teaser. If you guys like this, then we might talk about those, because they're probably not gonna get written.
Yeah. But this is gonna be a little bit different than what we normally do. And the way it's gonna be kind of different is I asked you guys for a bunch of like prompts and stuff, like generally pretty vague ones. And we wrote them all down on index cards and we stuck them in this cup that was wet like 10 minutes ago, so they might be slightly damp. But you know. And usually we wouldn't do that. We would do the kind of thing where it's just like we sit down and we chit chat until we come up with something.
Usually I'll read a fic and I'll be like, I don't like the way that fic was written. No offense. No naming names. Just sometimes I don't like the way fic are written, because we all have opinions on things. And then I'll be like, what if this AU but this way? And then I'll talk to Jenna about it.
Yeah.
Or I'll like watch a movie and I'll be like, that was a really cool movie. What if this
Yeah.
thing?
or random concepts.
Or just random
otherwise.
concepts.
Yeah, you know.
Sometimes I'll just be like, I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos about fucking Petco, and then I'm like, Petco AU, go! And then I'm like, no, that sucks, because Petco is a really bad company, actually.
What was I gonna say? But
And
yeah,
so on and so
but normally the way that would work is we just kind of wait for inspiration. So I asked you guys for a bunch of prompts, so we don't have like those same like lulls and like 30-minute breaks where neither of us can think of anything, where we just go and make like fucking Nutella shit, or you know.
We should get more Nutella.
We should get more Nutella. But and so whenever we kind of like run out of things to say about a certain like prompt idea, we're just gonna go for the next one.
We're just
and
gonna pull it out of the cup.
Exactly, yeah. And that'll be good, and that'll be fun, and we'll
It'll be a
enjoy
party.
ourselves. Yeah. And so something we might talk about for like 5 minutes, and others one we might find, and it's like, oh, really great, and we we go for it for like the rest of the time. It's not really like
it's not a precise algorithm.
Yeah, we're just gonna try to be like kind of casual about it and
try to be funny, make jokes.
Yeah.
Party hard.
Exactly.
Because we're funny people, okay? Well, that's what we want to show to the world.
Please stop being weird. Jesus fucking Christ, what is wrong with you?
My jokes. I want this credit. I want it. I want people to know.
Jesus Christ.
They think you're so brilliant. No, it's me.
Yeah, she really does write all the jokes. All the jokes that are like kind of like shitty and you're like, they were trying to be funny, but like, those are all mine. But all the jokes that are like legitimately funny, they're hers.
Yeah, and you have like 600 followers and I have like 100. Like, I have like 33 followers on my K-pop account. I
Okay,
need
you
this.
never say anything on your K-pop account. It's just like things. There's no reason for anybody to follow it.
I deserve recognition.
Oh my god, you big fucking hoe.
Maybe if more people followed me and responded to me, I'd post more.
Oh my god. Stop whining, you big baby.
You're a big baby. You cry when people say nice things to you.
Okay, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, we were also gonna kind of talk about, the fanfiction process and how us talking about fanfictions ends up, it turns into, like, actual fics really quick.
Oh yeah.
And so we have some kind of idea about that.
Generally, we'll start talking about, like, the way we start is we'll be like, XAU, go, and then we'll kind of talk about everybody's positions in the AU, and, like, we'll probably decide on a ship at some point, although you've given us ships for these, but we'll be like, this AU would be fun, and then we'll be like, this character, like Namjoon, would be like this. And then after we figure out what Namjoon would be like, who we're going to pair Namjoon with, and then we go from, like, general idea to specific personality traits to pairings, and then we kind of go to, like, a broad long-term plot, and then after that we'll go to, like, specific scenes or specific interactions.
Exactly.
And then once we have those specific interactions, Jen will usually make either a verbal outline or kind of an outline in her head, or sometimes she'll just write one down, and then she'll have the entire outline, and then she'll write the fic from that.
Yeah, exactly. But sometimes, I just write fics entirely without that process. I, like, bypass the entire thing.
Sometimes she just doesn't talk to me at all, and she's like, Lauren, I've gotten this entire, like, 4,000 word fic, and I'm like,
okay, that's great.
Okay, you haven't spoken a word about that to me, but like, I guess it's good.
I was gonna say, the Severe Weather series I did.
Oh yeah, she just, like, wrote that, and I was like...
I wrote that in, like, 2 days.
Well, you wrote the first part without me, but we talked pretty extensively about the second part.
We didn't talk pretty extensively. Did we talk really extensively?
We did talk really extensively. We talked about Taehyung, and we talked to... Because you were trying to figure out how to get through that, like, emotional...
Yeah, because I didn't originally have him talking to Taehyung, and I was like, this feels fucked up, because Jimin needs, like, a way out of this situation if it doesn't work out. He needs...
Yeah, we talked pretty extensively about that, I think, for a couple hours.
There are other fics I've done on my own. I did color mostly on my own.
Yeah, I think you did.
I think we talked a little bit about it, but, like, the basic premise was all my own, and I didn't talk to you a lot before.
I don't think we talked a lot about specific scenes.
No,
I think mostly we talked about, like, overarching character stuff, and then you did all the really, like, the sex scenes and the
like the
whole
nitty gritty.
thing. The nitty gritty was pretty much.
I think we talked a little bit about, like, BDSM and, like, fandom and stuff before I wrote that.
We always talk about BDSM and fandom, though.
I wrote that fucking somnophilia fic, like, on my phone.
Oh yeah, she was stressed about he who shall not be named.
Donald Trump.
Okay, but we should not name him because he's like Voldemort and he'll show up.
Cheeto Dust Man?
Cheeto Dust Man. See, like...
Donald Trump walks through the door right now. What are you motherfuckers doing? Nasty women, right?
We're not going to talk about politics. Not happening.
I think it's a little too late. But yeah, there is a Tickle Me Pink I wrote entirely on my phone in like a day.
Most of the stuff she's written is like short, on her own is like short and porn, except for like color and the first Severe Weather thing, which is porn. So I guess my point still stands.
But most of my other fics, we've done the whole. They've like been built from
especially
scratch.
her longer fics. Act Natural. I had a pretty heavy part in because that's.
I need to tell them the Act Natural story really quick. It was like finals week last semester, and I was so stressed out, and I was so fucking hard up because I was having relationship problems. That's I probably didn't need to include that, but I was like so fucking hard up, and I was stressed the fuck out because of finals, and I was just like, okay, what if Park Jimin was a porn star? And then I was like, okay, I'm gonna write this. And I remember I like drafted an entire first scene that was like 2,000 words, and I was like, what the fuck? This is like gross. And then I threw it out, and then I was like, Lauren, who is Park Jimin?
And I was like, well.
And then she summarized his general personality for me, and I was like, who the fuck do people ship Park Jimin with? And she was like, Yoongi, and I was like, who the fuck is Min Yoongi? And then
And I was like, Suga, and she was like,
oh, that guy.
that guy.
I was
She, like, knew nothing, like, she, like, wrote fic before she knew all the members' names.
yeah. That's why throughout the entirety of that, like, Taehyung is just referred to as V and Seokjin is Jin, whereas I use their, like, actual proper fucking names now because
Yeah.
I'm not a hoe.
But she was
Actually, there's nothing wrong with using their stage names in fic. It's, like, reasonable. I think
unless you're using, like, Rap Monster.
Yeah, no, don't do that. I have a strong opinion on that. Don't call him Rat Monster in the narrative. That's so
Especially
weird.
if you're writing porn.
Yeah, it's
Just like, yeah, Rap Monster got his dick out, and I'm like,
Oh,
I'm
God.
just, like, thinking about Godzilla for some reason.
But then I, like, went and binged basically all of the Bangtan bombs that had, like, Yoongi's name in the title. And that took me, like, an entire day, and then
And then she was like, I understand, he's Tsundere, and then she just wrote him like that.
I wrote, yeah, and then everybody was, like, praising me on my characterization. They're like, wow, your Yoonmin is so interesting, and I was like, thanks, it's because I've read, like, maybe one Yoonmin fanfiction in my entire life.
Yeah, you read that, Yoon Min Seok one by Bazooka.
What was the Yoonmin Seok one?
The one
Oh, the one with the cats?
Yes.
That was so good.
I think that's the first fic I managed to
Yeah.
get you to read.
Also, I've never been able to find it again. Wasn't there, like, a Minjun one
It's
that was,
by
like...
Bazooka.
No, the ABO one.
Oh, yeah.
I've never been able to find that again. I
It's
don't
like
remember what it's
Top
called.
Kudos.
Is it really?
Yes.
Okay, it's not, like,
It's
tagged
like-
ABO or something like that, though, I don't think.
I don't know.
It might
I know
be
it's
really
like
old, and I've just never.
I know it's like really high in Kudos. I know I
Okay.
like put in like Minjun.
Uh-huh. Okay, I'll
I
go
don't
look
know
for
what
it
tags
again.
I put in to get it because I didn't know enough to
It
like
doesn't
put in
matter that much.
Minjun.
Maybe we can find it after we do this recording and link to it, because that was like one of my favorite things. It has like Top Namjoon, which is like not my favorite thing anymore, but like holy fucking shit, it was so hot. Like Jesus Christ, oh my god.
Because Jimin's hot.
Jimin is beautiful. Okay. But anyways, okay. So we're going to
Start.
pull prompts out of the thing.
Oh, just casual
Mhm.
disclaimer. We are not Korean. We are white girls from Texas.
Yeah.
We are trying. We pretty much know how things are supposed to be pronounced, and we can pretty much pronounce them correctly. But if you're like, wow, that sounds really fucking weird, that's we're white girls
monolingual American girls. We're trying very hard.
from.
I actually know a little Chinese from school.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I took
Chinese,
Latin,
yeah.
so I'm useless.
You never had to pronounce a word with an accent in your entire life.
I was about to say that my Spanish accent was okay, but
No,
that's
it's
a
not.
lie.
It's not. It's terrible.
That would be a untruthful statement.
Jesus fucking Christ. A lie. A hardcore lie. But anyways, okay.
El Paso.
That's
El
the sign,
Cuchacabra.
the sign. Oh, this is a terrible joke to make because they can't see us. But the sign for El Paso in ASL, it's like an L and then it's like an O and it's L and you put the L like El Paso.
I fucking love
It's
that.
a visual pun and I love it so much.
I fucking love that. That's the best thing I've ever heard.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Okay.
Anyway,
But anyways.
time to pull the prompt out of the.
You wanna go, Lauren?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna.
Hope you can read my handwriting.
I know what I'm about, son.
Yeah, not my handwriting.
Yeah, that's true. Minjun, Weird or Useless Powers at You by Hikari Halen.
Oh, I'm so excited. I love this one.
I love weird and useless powers at
Same,
you.
right? Oh my god.
What weird and or useless power would Namjoon have?
Let's see.
In the... Do you want to start with Jimin? In the frickin' severe weather at you, he can teleport 5 feet in any direction, but not through walls.
But not through walls. Jesus Christ, that's like potentially useful superpower. I think we should go like more useless.
I think we should go more useless, but I just wanted to mention that one because it's a good, like, it's like a good, like,
Thank you.
starting example
Thank you,
of,
yeah.
like, uselessness, because it's like, okay, yeah, I can move 5 feet, but I have, like, a fucking,
And it can't go through walls.
it can't grow through walls, so you're just like,
Oh, fucking no. Like, when are you gonna use that? Like, oh man, a piano's falling on me. Let's. Shloop.
Yeah.
It's not really.
it's not really...
Maybe someone's like trying to stab you, and then you're like, "Fuck off, bitch." You know.
It's not, like, extremely practical for, like,
It's really not.
the everyday.
Yeah, you could just fucking sidestep.
You could just move.
You could just move with your legs. Maybe he's like dying of thirst and he can't move, so he like teleports and then he like I don't know what good 5 feet would do. Anyways.
It's got like, didn't we say it had like a 10-minute cooldown on it or something?
Oh yeah, we did. We never said that in the actual fic though.
Yeah, we didn't.
Yeah.
But I remember
Fucking
talking about
10-minute
it.
cooldown. Let's get to help 5 feet at a time.
God. Anyway, useless powers.
Useless superpowers. Let's see. I think my favorite useless superpower. I know which one Namjoon should have.
Do tell.
Every single time he thinks he's gonna fail a test, he actually gets an A.
That's your useless superpower.
I didn't actually. I got a 77 on my last bio test.
Oh, a scandal.
Hang on.
I got a 52 on my last bio test.
Okay.
Go fuck yourself.
Why are we... Why is this like a... I suck more at school than you do. Other than that, why you gotta do that, ho? Why you gotta be like that?
Because you complain about how bad you're doing.
Okay, well, I'm in one of the most fucking competitive programs, and you can suck my fucking dick, Lauren.
I'm a chem major.
40 people in my program. They let 40 people in. Based entirely on GPA, and more than half of them have 4.0s. You can suck my dick, Lauren. Oh, that was disgusting. Okay. Please don't do that again. Okay, but Namjoon. That should totally be a superpower,
That should totally
right?
be a superpower. That's like really useful, but also like really useless
Exactly,
for like
yeah.
it's
Because he's
really-
like, oh, I'm gonna study really well for this test, and blah, 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 and he gets like an 80. But then he's like, oh god, I didn't study for this at all, and I'm pretty sure I got like a 60, and I'm like gonna die, and everybody's gonna hate me, and I'm gonna be like a fucking disgrace to my family. And then it's just like 98, and he's like, what?
what happened. It's also like functionally useless, like
Exactly,
past
yeah.
a certain point in your life. Like it's really fucking useful, like in high school and in college, and
Yeah.
then you like get out of college and you
And you're
never
like-
have to take a test again,
Exactly,
and you're
yeah.
like,
You're
well, I
like-
guess I'll just go fuck myself then.
If you're like in one of those professions where you have to be like tested every once in a while for like what do you call it? You know, like if you're like part of the FBI and they're like, okay, you gotta make
But
sure
then
you can
at
like
that
shoot
point,
a gun.
you gotta have like confidence that you're gonna pass the test.
That's
so
true,
then
yeah. And then it's functionally useless.
it's functionally useless again.
Can you imagine Namjoon taking his driving test and being like, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. He like high key like runs a fucking stop sign and like
He like runs and stuff. He like hits the fucking poles,
yeah, exactly.
and the lady's just like, "That was perfect," and he's like, "What?" He's like, "I should not be allowed to drive."
What if it's like a universe where like everybody has like
A useless superpower.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking
Or
about.
like some are more useful than others, but like most people have useless superpowers.
Yeah, every once in a while you happen across something that's like semi-useful, but it's not really like a major thing, you know what I'm talking about? But what if Namjoon like has no idea that's his fucking superpower until he takes the driving test?
Yes, that's
And he
good.
like high key like runs into the poles in the parallel park, and the lady's just like, that was perfect, and Namjoon's just like,
He's like, "Okay, do you need a drug test?" He's like, "Okay, listen, I should not get my license." And she's like, "No, that was fine." And he's like, "No, I don't think that was fine though."
he like gets out of the thing, and then his mom's just like, how'd you do, Namjoon? And Namjoon's like, I think the driving instructor was on crack.
Then he explains, and she's like, "That's your power." And he's like, "What?"
His mom does take his license away from him, though, until he learns how to properly fucking drive.
His mom's like, "I don't think you need this." And Namjoon's like, "I don't think I do either."
Oh, baby.
Very afraid.
Namjoon strikes me as the kind of person who, like, always follows the fucking speed limit. You know what I'm talking about?
Like
okay,
exactly. Like
yeah.
no under, no over.
Yeah, okay, even in, like, AUs where they're, like, hashtag, like, hooligans or what the fuck, what the fuck ever,
Hashtag hooligan.
yeah, Namjoon's the driver, and Yoongi's like, okay, Namjoon, it's like 3 a.m. and nobody's around, maybe you could go a little faster than like 45, and Namjoon's just like, no, we're gonna follow the speed limit, and Yoongi's like, there are no police here, there's no other cars, you're not gonna get in trouble, and Namjoon's like, no, it's like the principle of the matter, Yoongi, and he's like, you know, fucking, what do you call it, like, maintaining societal order and, like, abiding by the law, and Yoongi's like, we break the law every goddamn day. You fucking...
You're just like, just fucking go 5 miles faster, Namjoon.
Jesus Christ. What was I gonna say? Okay. Jimin's useless superpower.
God. I want it to be something like ridiculously useless.
Yeah. Let's let's see. What if his, like, fucking little toe tingles every time it's about to rain?
What if, like, every time he makes tea and he, like, puts the tea bag in, he, like, knows the perfect time to take it out? Jimin doesn't even like tea.
Jesus Christ, I love that so much.
Like,
Holy
other people,
shit.
like, he can, like, be sitting with someone and they're, like,
Mhm.
drinking their tea and they've got the little tea bag and he's like, you
Just
just
like,
take
okay.
that out now. He's like,
It's like,
this,
okay, I got it.
this
I
is
got
good.
this.
This is perfect.
He's in a relationship with Namjoon, and Namjoon drinks tea.
Namjoon likes
This is really cute. Why do I always put that in all of my fics? Like, honestly, I don't think there's anything we've ever seen that, like, implies that Namjoon likes tea. He just seems like the kind of motherfucker who'd be like, alright, gonna
He'd be
drink
like,
my chamomile
caffeine?
tea.
Caffeine gets me going too much, but tea is, like, just, like, he seems like the hipstery, like,
Yeah.
I don't like coffee,
Mhm.
but I think tea is better. It's like, bitch, it's all caffeine.
Namjoon, like, strikes me as the kind of dude who... This is, like, really specific and stupid, but when he was a kid, he had, like, high-key anxiety, and his parents were like, oh, we're gonna help you with it with like, herbal supplements. And so he, like, high-key thinks that chamomile tea helps his anxiety. It doesn't actually do anything, but, like, it's like a Pavlovian response at this point.
It's just like, yes, this is calming and good.
Exactly, and not
It probably
Pavlovian.
doesn't
It's like
hurt.
placebo.
Probably doesn't hurt,
Yeah.
but, like,
He's just like, okay, time to drink the chamomile tea, so I feel better about myself and my life.
it was just like,
I love projecting myself onto Kim Namjoon.
hashtag give Kim Namjoon the weed oil.
Why are you like this? Stop talking about my fucking... Stop it. You hoe.
You stop talking about my mental health. You goes on to talk extensively about your mental health.
Like, realistically. Also, look.
Also, if you're ever wondering about any of Jenna's emotional issues, just look at how she writes Kim Namjoon.
You know what? Leave me alone. Oh my gosh, I always worry all the time that my Namjoon is, like, super out of character, and, like, I'm like, oh god, I'm just writing about myself, but, like, slightly more philosophical. But it's probably not that bad.
I don't think anybody really cares.
I don't think anybody really cares either. I care. I'm standing for myself, Lauren. I'm gonna sit there and fucking refresh the AO3 page doing, like, math to calculate the ratio of hits to kudos like a fucking crazy person. I hate.
Put the phone down. Go do something else.
Go
For a while.
outside.
Go outside.
It's the fucking sunlight so your eyesight doesn't,
Degrade.
get any worse. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, but should we do useless superpowers for the rest of Bangtan?
Yes.
Okay, who do you want to start with?
Yoongi.
Yoongi? Let's see.
'Cause I'm a hoe for fucking Min Yoongi.
Jesus Christ.
I'm also a hoe for fucking Min Yoongi.
Okay, why are you like this?
Because puns.
You're disgusting. What was I gonna say? We should give him a power that's like... Do you want him to be like high-key useless or like medium useless or like...
I think medium useless.
Medium useless? Okay.
I think we can't have all of them be like extraordinarily useless.
Yeah, because like every once in a while you're gonna happen across a power that's like sort of useful.
Like getting A's is like
Mhm.
sort of useful.
Exactly,
If not
yeah.
like vaguely manipulative in cases in which the government
Is
needs
involved.
you to be safe.
Yeah, right? Jesus Christ. Let's see.
I love Namjoon like hitting the poles. Like that's an automatic disqualification.
I know.
And then like running a fucking stop sign,
Yeah.
which is also an automatic disqualification, and her just being like, that was great.
Yeah. I'm kind of wondering. I wonder what the driving test is like in other countries. I wonder how, like, specific to America that is.
Let's just assume it's the same because
Yeah.
I
Sorry for our Americanness if we, like, say something that makes, like, no fucking sense and we don't explain it. Sorry. We don't know anything about other countries.
Yeah, I mean, there's like being like specific to the culture and like
Mhm.
using the fucking honorifics correctly, which is
Yeah.
all well and good, but I'm not gonna be like, what is the Korean driving test like? And be like, this is something I gotta stay real and true to. Like, it's not a cultural
There
thing,
were,
it's
like-
just like how the government works. Like, it's all the same.
There were, like, 5 people who commented on Burn It Up, like, just, only to correct me about the fucking burrito thing. They're like, surely there are lots of Tex-Mex places in Korea. And I'm like, okay. okay, that's fine, but like, could you not throw in like a passing line about like reading that 22,000 words of fic that you must have like devoted like an hour of your life to like working through? I'm like,
They're like, no, the burrito thing is the thing that's really important.
the burrito thing is so important. We just gotta correct Jenna on the burrito thing.
Jenna just wanted to make a joke.
I just wanted to make a joke. It was like 4 a.m. when I posted that, and I was
Jenna
like,
just wanted to make a joke about Min Yoongi not knowing what a burrito is.
You remember that time? I was on fucking the married show, the fake marriage show, and it was Solar and Eric Nam.
Eric Nam. Oh,
And she didn't know what a fucking
she
taco
didn't know what a
was.
taco was. Yeah, he was like, oh yeah, a taco, and she was like, what is that? Probably a little less sassy. I don't think I actually watched the clip. I just saw screenshots. But yeah, she was like, what is a taco? And he was like, you don't know what a taco is? It was
So-
really funny.
You know, they don't have breakfast tacos in the rest of the U.S.
They don't. It's like a fucking tragedy.
Like, what in the world? That's so odd to me.
Min Yoongi probably doesn't know what a breakfast taco
almost
is.
definitely does not know what a breakfast taco is.
He probably thinks they are lunch exclusive.
For all of you who are listening, a breakfast taco is just like a normal taco, except it has like potatoes or eggs or like bacon.
Sometimes they have chorizo. in them.
Chorizo is good.
Cheese.
What is chorizo? It's like pork, isn't
It's
it?
like
It's like
ground
spicy pork.
It's like spicy ground pork.
Yeah.
It's really good.
What
Fucking chorizo
else
is
they
the
have in
best
them?
thing ever.
They have like cheese,
Cheese.
stuff like that. They just have like general like breakfast foods in them. They're really good. Sometimes you put salsa on them. It's delicious.
Mm-hmm.
Probably sounds really gross to somebody, but like
No,
I grew up on breakfast tacos.
they're
Man.
the best things in the fucking world. The
Yeah.
ones they sell on the quad for like $2 are fucking delicious.
You know what was my favorite thing in high school when the fucking taco stand
Oh, I love
that was
fucking
right across the
taco
street. Oh my god, they did have breakfast
stand.
tacos.
I think
but
we did a breakfast. We just never got them because their other tacos were better.
Yeah, I concur. Oh my god, they were so good. Those were like the best lunches I ever had, honestly. That was like the only time anybody got. The school made me so fucking sad, and I was just like, fuck, I get to like, I'm a senior, I can walk across the street and fucking get a taco and then eat it. And it was like,
Refreshing.
it was. I got the taco that was named after white people.
Oh yeah.
La Gringa.
La Gringa, yeah.
Love it.
Hashtag set up shop next to a white people school
Yeah, right?
and low-key insult them. I love that, honestly.
I don't
Like,
care.
that takes,
I don't
like,
fucking care.
I don't
was a
care
white
either.
person.
I appreciate that. I think that takes guts, and I love it.
Jesus Christ. What was I gonna say? But anyways, we were talking about fucking superpowers, Yoongi. What if he has something, okay, like something that's like really, really, really high-key useless, for his, like, chosen profession? Like, what if he's, what do you call it? What if, like, every single time he looks for a place to live, he always manages to find, like, the best location? He's like, okay, I want an apartment, and I want it to be, like, this expensive, and I want it to be, like, in this location, and he always manages to find one.
Yes.
Wouldn't that be great?
Yes, except for, like, he doesn't move that
Exactly,
often.
yeah. It's really nice for,
When
like,
he
you
does
know,
move.
Exactly,
He's
yeah.
like,
But
I gotta move, and he's like, this is gonna be easy and painless, but he's
Mhm.
also like, okay, it's like functionally useless for the entire rest of my life.
yeah, he
He's
moves,
like, someday I'm gonna like buy a house and settle down, and
Mhm.
it's never gonna be a thing ever again.
Exactly, yeah. He uses it like 6 times in his entire life. He's like, great.
I mean,
Awesome.
I'm glad this is helpful, but
Yeah, that's okay. You know.
he was like, if I was a realtor,
Yeah. I feel like if I was a realtor, it'd be like really fucking cool, but
I don't want to do that.
he like low key considers, he's like, if I become a realtor, I could just like do that. And I could
But
be
part of
sad.
him is like, what if it actually doesn't apply to
Oh
being a
my
realtor?
God.
What if it
That
like
would
only applies
suck.
when it's for myself? And he's like, I don't want to test that.
Jesus Christ, I don't want to find out. I just want to do music with the rest of my life. Yeah.
He's like, I can find cheap, nice apartments, so I guess that's fine.
Yeah, you know.
It has to be like realistic expectations.
Yeah.
Though. He can't be like,
I want
this.
rent, I want my rent to be $1.
He's like, he can't be like, I want my rent to be $1 and find it. He has to be like, my like lower end of my budget of what I can afford and X, Y, Z, and it has to be like a realistic idea in his head. But he can like look for rent on the lower end and space on the higher end and like find it.
Yeah. This is so specific
It's
and
so
stupid.
specific and stupid. Isn't that the prompt though?
It really is.
I don't. They might not have been expecting us to go quite this useless.
Jesus Christ. I love useless superpowers though. I love the idea that we all have like useless like secret sort of like really
Yeah.
really tiny things where you don't like notice, you know what I'm talking about? Like your tea doesn't get cold.
Yeah.
If you fucking do it, your water.
Jimin's tea doesn't get cold.
Jimin's tea doesn't get cold.
It's just like
It does eventually, but it takes a little bit longer.
just, like
Just a little bit longer.
like it takes like half an hour longer than everybody else's tea.
yeah. great, fucking.
Sometimes it's really
Hansen.
nice for Namjoon because he's
Exactly.
like, yeah, I'm gonna sit next to you and then my tea won't get cold. And Joon's just like, he just has like a tea aura. It's not like specific to him.
I can't believe you just uttered the phrase tea aura, and I can't believe I'm crying because now I'm gonna sit next to Jim and then the tea, and it's like,
Are you okay?
At the start of my period, I might be a little hormonal. I apologize. I love June so much. Jimster 2K16. What am I gonna do when it's not 2016 anymore and I still gotta talk about hashtag Jimster?
Jimster 2K17. Jimster 2K forever. Jimster 2K for life.
But then what happens when it's the year 3000 and...
You'll be dead. You'll be dead. It will not be a problem.
You don't fucking know that. I could, like, fucking cryogenicize myself and then be alive.
Cryogenicize?
Like, you know the thing where you freeze people?
I think it's I don't think cryogenicize
I
is
know,
the word.
I know, I just made up a word with the intention of it being funny, and then you just sat there and had to, like, criticize me. Cryogenicize. We're adults.
I will hate you.
Hosaka.
Suck. Okay, his has to be like high key, like actually useful because
Yeah.
that's just kind of the kind of person like
Yeah.
Hosoka's like lucky like that.
The perfect man.
A perfect man.
Yeah.
He's never broken any bones.
That's not. I've never broken any bones.
He's a dancer. Like he like fucks himself. He like falls hard on like a regular basis
He's
and has never
broken a
sprained
bone.
anything. He has never broken anything.
That's so cool.
Just like it, like if he got hit by a car, he
Yeah.
would probably break like some bones.
Yeah.
But like he doesn't have like those little accidents. He doesn't
Yeah.
like trip on a fucking rock and then like kill his fucking knee. He just
Yeah.
like
He never.
he's
Exactly,
just
yeah.
like insanely lucky when it comes to injuries.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's
Like if
an
somebody like
actual-
punched him, it would hurt him. Because
somebody
he's not
punched
that
him and
lucky.
break his fucking nose.
But he can break his fucking nose.
But it's like, you know, like the kind of accident sort of thing where
Yeah.
it's like, you know, you stumble down a couple stairs and you fall on the heels of your palms, and that should like kind of fuck up your wrists maybe, but it doesn't.
It doesn't. Yeah. He's
Yeah.
just like it's fine.
Mhm.
He like doesn't trip very often.
Yeah.
He like doesn't get hurt.
Hosoka's like an
He always like falls in such a way that it like doesn't end up getting hurt.
Yeah. So nice.
It's just like magical a little
So
bit.
great. It's lovely.
It's really fucking useful. He's like a dancer and he's like never sprained his ankles
Yeah.
or like hurt his legs or hurt his arms
Yeah.
or his neck or his waist or anything.
Yay.
Everyone else is fucking high key jealous. Jimin is high key jealous. He is so mad.
What was I gonna say? Jungkook? Jungkook would have something that's really, 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 really useless.
Yeah, part of me wants to be like Jungkook would have something like extremely useful, and part of me wants to be like Jungkook would have the most useless thing in the
I know.
existence of anything.
I think Jungkook should be like a generally lucky person, and for a long time, that's what he thinks. That's what his like little superpower is. But then he discovers it's like something else, and it's just like stupidly useless. Like let me think about
really
it.
specific.
Like really, like what was I gonna say? I was gonna say he always manages to find a hair tie when he needs one, but he doesn't have long hair. What if it is that?
Sometimes girls walk up to him and they're like, "Do you have a hair tie?" And he'll like look in his bag and there'll be one there.
Yeah, exactly. You know, just random shit. He's like, or like he's like walking down the street one day and he's like, "Oh, a hair tie," and he just feels kind of like compelled to pick it up, and he's like, "Okay, whatever." And then it's just, "Hey, do you have a hair tie?" And it's like, "Actually, yes."
And then it happens like 3 more times and he's like, "Is this my fucking power?"
Maybe he tries like testing it out or something like that.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, that'd be so fucking funny. He like high key thinks his power, because like I think there should be a couple people who end up with powers that are like
Like Cossack that are like just
no. I mean
yeah.
more like more general, if that makes
Yeah.
any kind of sense. More general and like a little bit broader, so they're more like actual superpowers. Jungkook like walks around his life for like the first like
He's just like, I'm just really good at things.
exactly, yeah. He's like, that's my power. I'm just really good at anything I want. I'm like passionate about.
Yeah.
That's not his power.
It's not his power.
No, he's just
He just finds hair ties.
he's just talented. A talented boy.
He's just a talented boy. But that like kind of makes him feel better.
Mhm.
Also, he's like,
Wow.
they're like, oh yeah, you must like your superpower must. And he's like, nope, my superpower is finding hair ties whenever I need them. I'm just a cool guy.
so good.
What's that?
What's the other one? I forgot the other one. Sokjin?
Taken.
Sokjin and Taehyung? Are those the only two we haven't talked about yet? We haven't talked about Sokjin, we talked about Yoongi and Hosok and Namjoon and
Yes,
Jimin.
it's just Sokjin and Taken.
Okay. Do you want to do Sokjin?
Sure.
He should have... His superpower should be cute.
He never gets acne.
Oh, fuck him. Fuck him. Fuck him. Isn't that his...
Wouldn't that make
Obviously, that's not his superpower in actual life, because I know they wear, like, a shit ton of, like, makeup and stuff, like, all the time, but, like... Also, he's, like, 25 now. His acne is probably, like, chilling out.
But wouldn't that be, like...
Yeah.
Like, he never... Like, not even, like, the occasional zit.
Yeah.
Like, never.
He, like, he's never gotten a pimple.
In his
ever.
life.
Sokjin, like, he's, like... 20 or something like that, and he's like having a conversation with Namjoon, and Namjoon is like, God damn, my fucking acne, I'm stressed out, and it's like flaring up, and Sokjin's like, I've never gotten a pimple, and Namjoon's like, what? And Namjoon's like, I mean, clearly you've gotten like a pimple before, and Sokjin's like, no, I've never gotten one.
It's never happened. Like,
Ever.
nowhere on my body.
No. Namjoon's like,
Not even, like, back knee? Like, not even, like, the stuff that's, like, in your butt crack because you're all sweaty?
Lauren!
It
Who the fuck gets acne in their butt crack? That doesn't happen to me. Does that happen to you? Glad to know you about that. Know that about you, friend.
Okay, plenty of people.
Fucking buttony. Buckney?
Assney.
Bumples. Bumples?
That's
Butt-
horrifying.
Bumples. Like bum and then
Pimples. Yes, I
yeah,
understand.
that's a good portmanteau, right?
It's something.
Fuck off, oh.
You get pimples or like acne
Okay,
or
we're not having
hairs
this
anywhere in
we're
your body.
not
is
having
what
a
I'm
second conversation about acne. It's not happening. No. We're moving on.
Anyway, Jin would be like, nope, never, nowhere, anywhere, and Namjoon's just like,
I hate you.
fuck you.
Because I'd hate him too.
And then Jin's like, oh.
That's my power. I fucking hate him. Punch that shit.
Fucking perfect skin, bitch. Excuse me.
This is like fake and we're both like really fucking bitter, right? What was I gonna say? The last one, Taehyung. Taehyung.
Something to do with animals.
Animals. Hashtag crocodile whisperer. Do you remember that one time we played the that game?
Oh yeah.
The RPG or what? Yeah, the RPG, the tabletop. Savage
Crocodile
Worlds. I was okay. It was an awesome game. We never finished it because teenagers have like no commitment. But I was this crocodile lady who lived in the sewers, and I had a crocodile familiar, and I just spent the entire time giving people like really intense like stares. It was so fun.
Birds really like him.
Birds really like him.
Pigeons follow him around.
Pigeons. Oh my god, I love that. I love that so much. It's so
It like
cute.
seems like, oh yeah, he can like talk to birds.
Yeah.
They don't like, but they just
Uh-huh.
like. He'll like go to like a restaurant and he'll like sit outside and they'll like a bunch of birds will just like come and like land.
At first,
It's
Taehyung
kind of
thinks-
weird.
At first, Taehyung thinks it's because he like feeds them. Because he sees a bird and he's like, oh, a cute bird, and he like feeds it. You know.
And then it
Just,
like
like, out and
follows him
about.
around forever. And
Yeah.
he's just like he has like a little flock that like
Oh my
follow
God,
him.
that's adorable. What if instead of pigeons, what if they're like crows or something? See, that'd be more useful though, because crows are like intelligent.
I want like pigeons are
fucking dumb.
fucking dumb. Pigeons are also domesticated though.
Yeah. Well, they used to be domesticated. They're like semi-domesticated.
They're
Pigeons used to be like pets, right?
they used to be like pets. There's the way they're bred, they will never not be domestic animals.
Well, I mean, they like live wild. You know what I'm talking
Yeah, they
about?
live
They're
wild.
not like domesticated.
Every
anymore.
pigeon is a stray pigeon. Every pigeon wants to find a home. It's like stray dogs, but they're all stray pigeons and they're all sad. Pigeons love humans and we have abandoned them.
Why are you so mad about this? I'm sure they're fine.
Because people are like, yeah, I fucking hate pigeons. What an epidemic on our like cities when we're the one who brought them and like bred
Okay,
them
but like,
to be the
surely
way
the
they
people
are.
who are saying that are not people who used to breed pigeons.
I mean, yeah, but that it's like it's like an ignorance towards why the animals we have are the animals
Okay, that's
we
fair.
have.
Very simple. I like pigeons. I think they're cute. They
They're
have like
cute.
really fun patterns and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, that's the reason they have
Yeah,
really fun patterns.
they were
is
bred.
because they were bred to.
Yeah.
Because wild type animals are all the same.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
But Taehyung has pigeons.
Payhun has pigeons. He has like a small flock.
Yeah.
They like hang out outside.
Exactly.
They're like, oh, someone's like, oh, you keep pigeons? And he's like, no, they just follow me.
That sounds so creepy, doesn't it?
I love it. Like to other, he's like, oh yeah, it's cool. They're like cute and they like me. And then other people are just like,
That's so creepy. You sound like something out of like a horror movie. Like
the birds just follow me.
Jesus Christ. Wasn't there like an Alfred Hitchcock movie or something that was like The Birds and somebody like
Yes.
actually fucking died on set? Or is that just fake?
There
Maybe I'm
was
thinking of another movie.
Alfred Hitchcock movie called The Birds.
Mhm.
And then there's another movie called The Crow that had,
Mhm.
what's his name's son? I forget his name. A guy.
A guy, huh?
A guy. Some famous actor who died had a son who died on the set of The Crow.
Oh.
And it was,
maybe
like,
that's
really
something,
sad.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look it up because I don't remember.
No, we don't need to look it up.
No, he was like a big name.
Oh my god.
It was only 2 seconds.
Okay, so
Crow.
seriously,
Yes.
we're supposed to be talking about fanfiction, you hoe. I hate that Ethan made us start saying hoe. I hate that so much. I hate that that's one of my speech patterns now. It's like so terrible.
Oh, what's his name? Brandon Lee.
I don't know who that
The
is.
son of Bruce Lee. Bruce
Oh.
Lee's son.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I
It was
know
sad.
Bruce Lee's Chinese name means small dragon.
That's adorable.
Li Xiaolong? I think that's his name. I could be wrong. I remember when I was in Chinese in high school, they made us like whenever they needed like example names, they just always used Bruce Lee. I don't know why. And so I knew Bruce Lee's Chinese name for a long time. Anyways, do you want to go for the next one?
Yes.
Should I read it?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna like shake it up a little bit. That gives me like pleasure. Okay. See,
Really now?
what's it gonna be?
Pleasure.
Okay, stop that.
Pleasure.
Oh yeah, okay, this one was good. This one was good. Okay, it's porn director Taehyung makes a series of short. I can't read that. Oh, pornos with the Cypher series and as background music, and Yoongi wants to find him and punch him in the face.
Also probably sue him.
Probably. Producer Yoongi. I didn't write this down very well. I like skipped a bunch of words. It just says porn director Taehyung makes a series of short pornos with the Cypher series and wants to find the bastard and punch him in the face. It makes like no sense. I don't know why I skipped so many words, and it was given by an anon. What was I gonna say? But yeah, isn't that good? I don't think that's something we can do like a bunch with, but I think it's a really good concept.
I love Taehyung just being like a porn director, being like, yeah, this is art, and being like, yeah, I fucking really like
Yeah.
this rap producer.
Taehyung, okay,
and just-
Taehyung as like a porn director also would be like, he would definitely 100% be one of those kind of people who's like, yeah, I make fucking art, man.
I have a vision.
Exactly.
And that's like pretentious, but he's just like, sex is an art too, okay?
Exactly, yeah.
Taehyung always strikes me as very prosexual.
I mean, whenever I characterize Taehyung, I always want to like characterize him as one of those like there are like two sides, and I like always go for one or the other, never in the middle. Like
Yeah.
Taehyung, who's like not like afraid of sex, but very kind of like, and he gets like kind of like every single time he's like in a friend group and they like talk about sex and he goes like, oh god, that's fucking like that's
It's a little much, maybe. Ooh, scandal.
Or Taehyung, who's just like, yeah, I'd totally suck your dick.
Yeah, it would take me like, yeah, I whipped my dick out to tentacle porn yesterday,
Yeah.
and everyone at the table just being like, we are eating!
Exactly, yeah.
He seems like the kind of guy. I love the headcanon that Taehyung is the kind of type of guy who like watches tentacle porn.
I know. That's like really ubiquitous in fandom, isn't it? It's because
It's
a
not
fucking
ubiquitous,
weeb.
but I've like seen it enough times in separate places that I'm like, okay, this is like low key a thing among a few people.
Yeah, at the very
There are like
least.
a couple of people who like have this sense. It's not just me.
Yeah.
I don't think it's like ubiquitous because most people don't really. Tentacle porn doesn't come up that often, but also like
I'm not gonna talk about that. Okay, hold on. We should talk about really quick. What was it? Shit. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, Ethan and his one friend, Lauren's boyfriend. His name is Ethan, and he has this thing going with one of his friends
oh yeah,
where they send each other horrifying porn.
and then they try to jerk off to it, and then they'll be like, I succeeded in jerking off to this horrifying thing because that's what people are like. It's not like what boys are like because his friend is a girl.
Just stupid fucking people. Not stupid, but
It's just, yeah,
it's
it's
sure is an interesting thing to do.
healthy competition.
Yeah. And Taehyung strikes me as the kind of person who's like, yeah, I bet I can fucking jerk off to that.
Yeah.
When we were talking about the Jungkook AU, the Sugar Daddy AU that has like side Veman,
Oh yeah.
we had this like really intense like long fucking discussion about Taehyung's weird porn habits and how Jimin was like,
One time Jimin went into Taehyung. He doesn't like, no. There's no Google incognito. Like no, it's all there. So he like went into Taehyung's search history and he was just like,
what
are you Googling? Like
fuck?
Taehyung strikes me as the kind of guy who's like, yeah, I'm looking up porn, and he just Googles like disjointed phrases. Huh?
Can I have your hair tie?
Oh yes. He just like Googles like disjointed phrases, like fucking like clown porno or like clown titty smack or like other shit. Like really like those weird like disjointed like tentacles hentai hot. You know. You know, have you ever seen like the Google search? Like these are the most searched terms for
Yes.
porn, and it's just like
Yes.
these weird ass
Like disjointed, like
midget sexy girls Asian. Like, why are you typing like that? Why
What
are
was
you
I gonna
putting
say?
those words in that order?
Oh my god. What was I gonna
His
say?
Google history would be like that. Also,
Yeah.
like weird shit too. He
Mhm.
wouldn't just be like big boobs. He'd be like big boobs, titty, jizz all over.
And that's
Oil
like-
is lube.
Just crazy fucking shit, like weird
That was
shit.
really
like weirder,
low-key.
yeah, actually.
Weirder than that.
But like weirder than that, like fucking, you know, like tentacles and like hentai and you know that kind of just like, you know,
He'd
there
be
was
like
this, no, no, no,
Brazilian.
no.
Sorry.
There was this documentary on Netflix that was about people with weird kinks, and okay, they had this one episode that was just like, oh yeah, cougars, they're so fucking weird, and that was when I stopped watching because I was like, okay, older dudes being into younger women is like so ubiquitous in like culture. Like, why the fuck do you have to make it a like big deal about like cougars? Well, the cougar they did interview was like 70 or something, and she had relationships with men who were like 25, so that was like significament. But they
Okay,
were
but
just like
why are-
cougars in general, and I was like,
I'm
oh,
like, okay,
come
but
on.
why aren't the men who were into 70-year-old women like a subset
Yeah,
of kinks?
exactly. No, but there was this one guy. I'm so sorry. I got kind of fucking distracted. I'm so sorry. There was this one episode where this guy who's like, yeah, I really like blowing up balloons and like watching them pop, and that was like his fetish. That was like the only thing he could really get off to. And I'm not saying Taehyung should be like that, but I mean like the kind of thing where he's like, all right, I'm gonna watch fucking balloons popping, and like it gets my dick a little hard. You know what I'm talking about? Weird kink man.
No, but back to the Google thing. He'd
Oh,
be
yeah.
like, Brazilian woman spreads ass with toy truck. Like, insanely specific, vaguely horrifying, all genders.
Okay, I'm sorry. I was not expecting the end of that sentence. Okay.
That was the goal.
Okay. That was like a wild ride from start to finish, man. All right.
Yeah, Taehyung's, in like the Jungkook AU, Taehyung's like search history would
Yeah.
be horrifying.
Like, okay, but like porn director Taehyung, I feel like, okay, I want porn director Taehyung who does like like full length, like relatively like normal films,
Yeah.
you know, every once in a while. He's like, yeah, you know, you gotta do like reasonable things, gotta like hashtag that make that
He
money.
like tries really hard on the plots though, especially
Exactly,
on his
yeah.
longer ones.
It's
He's
like way
like
too hard.
he hires like people off the street, which means they're really bad actors.
Yeah.
But when they have sex, they like actually like each other, and he's like, "That's the aesthetic I want."
Oh, that's so cute. Do people actually do that in porn? I don't know.
Yeah.
Do they? I don't know
Sometimes.
anything about.
It's not as common,
Yeah.
but like he's like.
Mhm.
It's like amateur. He like
Yeah.
looks for people on Craigslist who want to do amateur porn, but like couples.
Oh,
And
that's
so they like actually like each
cute.
other.
Yeah, and
Okay,
then you have...
what's the couple he has for sex?
Oh my god. Okay. Should be gay porn.
Obviously.
Oh, sorry. Jeez, we opening up the company. We can talk about the like straight people for once. Oh, heaven forbid. We never talk about straight people like ever.
Sometimes we have.
I'm writing that thing about Taehyung and Mamamoo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We have that one lesbian Minjun AU with Taehyung and Jungkook, and Taehyung is
Oh
a girl.
yeah, there's straight people in that one. Yeah, just like really low.
Except for there's also like a bunch of lesbians,
Yeah.
so it's like balanced.
Exactly. Yeah.
Woo. I hate AUs where they're like, let's gender bend all the couples so everybody is perfectly straight, but I don't like mind like gender bend so there's like heterosexual sex, just as long as it's not like clearly gender bent because you don't want to write gay sex, right? Like I understand like being like I want to read het sex, I want to read P&B. I'm like okay, sometimes I'm in that mood, but then there's like there's like three couples and like every single one is like precisely gender bent, so they're all straight, and I'm like, what are you doing in this fandom?
I mean, there are some people who just like want to read straight stuff. That's like okay. It just
just make one of the side pairings a lesbian. Like, go for it.
Yeah.
Like, if you're gonna gender bend,
that's
like...
true, yeah. Especially if it's things that, like, don't have sex.
Yeah.
I mean, like, okay, because the thing is, everybody, like, likes what they like when it comes to sex, you know what I'm talking about? But you do the thing where you, like, take an entire fucking band of, like, 8+ people, and you're like, okay, we're gonna gender bend it so every single couple is straight, and there's no porn.
And half of the couples are not even, like, heavily featured, and you're like, every single one of them is straight, and I'm like...
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
It feels like it's 2002 all over again.
Yeah, but anyway.
And people had to, like, apologize for slash.
God.
Oh, for those of you who don't know, slash is an old word, meaning, like dude sex. They don't use that anymore. I always forget all the time, and I'm like, oh yeah, fucking slash, and people are like, what the fuck is that? What does that mean?
Really? I don't talk to enough people to get that.
Yeah, no, it's people who are, like, new in fandom. New in fandom. I also like talking about, like, fandom from 2002. Like, I actually experienced it. I was 5. I just spent, like, 3 years of my fandom life reading, like, backlog, like, Harry Potter and Star Trek fanfiction.
It's because you're a classy motherfucker. Anyway, Taehyung directing porn.
Yes, Taehyung directing porn. We've gotten, like, way off base. Jesus
I'm
Christ.
thinking Yoon Seok.
That'd be cute. I never write you insane.
I could see Hosek being like, Yoongi, let's do amateur porn. And Yoongi being like, what the hell, Hosek? And Hosek being like, it'll be fun. Come on, let's do it.
That'd be so cute. Holy shit.
Oh, wait, no, fuck. Yoongi's the producer. We can't do that.
Oh, no. Yeah, we can't do that. I forgot. We could do... Should we do another Hosuk thing? I never write Hosuk.
I'm gonna do another Hosek.
We never talk about Hosuk pairings. We need to do that more. We could also do a Jin pairing. We could do Jungkook. No. I don't want to do Jungkook. I don't think that'd fit that very well.
Jungkook needs, like, specific... I think... What about Hosek and Jungkook?
Yeah, we could do that.
Hosek would be, like, into it, and Jungkook strikes me as the kind of guy who'd be, like, down for it.
Okay, no, Jungkook strikes me as the kind of guy who it was, like, his idea in the first place, but he, like, gets there, and he's, like, so fucking nervous, and, like...
Just, like
and Taehyung's, like... Taehyung, like, pulls him aside, and he's like, Hosuk was, like, the one who... If you're not comfortable, then it's not gonna turn out well on camera, and Jungkook's like, no, it was my idea, I'm just really fucking nervous, man.
Baby.
Oh my gosh. What if we do this and, like, nobody can fucking understand us? I think about that a lot.
Well, I guess we'll just go fuck ourselves then.
Yeah, right?
Well, I guess I'll just go fuck myself.
What were you gonna say?
No, I was gonna say, what if Taehyung put out, like, a thing and he's, like, looking for amateur, people, looking for couples interested in performing in Amazon porn.
Amazon porn.
Amazon porn. Fuck.
Amazon's next new project.
God.
Amazon porn. I'm ready for it. I'm prepared.
Like Amazon Prime, but more NSFW. Porn immediately available to you for streaming. No. Sidetracked. I'm like trying to say words, but looking for couples interested in participating in amateur porn production must be able to rap or be willing to learn.
What the fuck? Why?
Because Cypher.
Yeah, but ostensibly Cypher would already have lyrics, right?
I mean, yeah, but he wants like the story involving Cypher being there, and so he's like, I want one of you to like kind of rap it, be like, yeah, I like this song, and then they like fuck to it. So he's like, one of you has to be able to rap, which is why they get Hoseo.
That's specific. I love it. He's just like, fuck it.
He's had to turn down so many couples because they're like, yeah, we can do this.
And then rap, and he like listens to them, and he was like, you fucking suck, man. what if he, like, actually says that to someone, and is like, I'd like to see you do it, Taehyung's like, I can do the whole thing, and he stands up, and he's like, he sucks worse than basically anyone that they interview. Taehyung is such a terrible
tries very
rapper.
hard.
He's so passionate, he loves it so much, but he's so bad. He has, like, it's really funny listening to Taehyung rap, actually, because he has, like, no, like, tone regulation, kind of. He's just like, like, the entire thing.
Like Ravi, but not quite as well enunciated. Wait, Ravi doesn't enunciate well.
Yeah. Robbie has like a driving, like, kind of, you know what I'm talking about, but Taehyung is like, he doesn't quite have that either. He's just kind of like,
no rhythm.
it's like da 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 da. He's like da 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 da.
I don't think he can quite make his mouth form the words quite right.
He tries really hard though, and I love him so much.
I can't judge him because I can't rap either.
Yeah. Ethan and I both know the entirety of fucking Thrift Shop by Macklemore because we're awful white people. Yeah. Sometimes I think about how much of a stereotype I am, and then I'm just like, fuck it. You know, it's alright.
You're like, fuck it, and then you take a sip of your Starbucks.
I don't like Starbucks that much. I don't like Starbucks that much, but the only thing I ever get at Starbucks when I go there is a fucking caramel frappuccino.
I love What's creme brulee frappuccinos right now?
Oh, do they have those for, like, winter? Okay, we need to go to Starbucks and get those, because I desire. I thought they had peppermint ones for winter.
They have peppermint mocha, and they have creme brulee, and they have eggnog.
Oh, eggnog sounds gross.
I know you don't like eggnog, but I was telling you what they had.
Should go to Starbucks. We're getting so off track again. God fucking damn it. This is, like, really low-key, though, also compared to how much we normally get off track.
Yeah.
There's this one recording we have. Sometimes I like to record us for, like, if I need to go back and reference something, especially if we're doing something that's, like, really big. I think we're talking about, like, the OT7AU or, like,
and then we
started
we talked for, like, 2 hours about, like, our relationships and, like, Jenna's relationship issues and, like, my, like, emotional shit and Jenna's emotional shit and, like
2 hours in the middle of this recording. And, like, on either side of it is just, like, us
and
talking
then we're just
about,
like, let's talk about
porn.
OT7AU
Like,
again.
hardcore porn.
Like, hardcore porn.
Just hardcore porn.
Like, and we don't just be like, oh, that was kind of sad, and then we end the recording. No, like, we, like, go right back into, shit at
we're
the
just
end.
like, fuck it, let's stop talking about this. What were we talking about? Oh, yeah, you know, Jungkook fucking, like, Reem and Taehyung. Like, what the fuck ever, that actually is not. We don't have Taehyung having, like, any penetrative sex in that entire OT7AU. Because we like fucking diversity in our sexual preferences. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, we love that shit. But anyways, porn director Taehyung.
Porn director Taehyung.
Oh, yeah. But should they be, okay, the original prompt was for, like, short videos, but should they be, like, what do you think? Like, fuck to the song.
They
right?
fuck to the song. It's like
maybe
a series.
maybe there's, like, yeah! So they could, maybe they have, like, short little things, they're, like, 10 minutes or whatever, and, like, 6 minutes is, like, plot.
Then there's, like, I have, like, nowhere to put my feet. I don't want to, like, stick them in your fucking
No,
crotch.
you're okay. You can go. I'll back up a little bit. There you go.
I don't want to be like, sup, Jenna?
Hi. Oh, your feet smell really bad. Holy shit, Lauren, why? Jesus Christ.
I'll cover them.
Oh my god. But yeah, so, like, 10-minute long videos are, like, 6 of it is, like, fucking plot. It's Hosok being like, oh yeah, look at me, I'm so cool, I can fucking rap. And then it's just, like, 4 minutes of them fucking. Like, it's not even, like, the kind of thing where it's like, oh yeah, we're, like, fucking, and then,
There's, like, a minute of foreplay, and then, like, a minute of, like...
Yeah, it's, like, all
2
cut
minutes
together.
Of dick in the ass, and then, like, 1 minute of, like, orgasm, and then it, like, ends.
Yeah.
It's, like, kind of awkwardly cut, actually. It's not
just,
very good.
It's, like, really, really weird, and it's just, like, with that song in the background, and it's kind of like, what?
Why does this
Well,
You're like, why is this so short? Like, I'm not gonna fap to 4 minutes of porn.
I've done it before. It's not usually really. Yeah,
It's not very satisfactory.
Yeah, Taehyung just
But
it's
Taehyung
like
has
artful.
a vision.
It's like artfully shot. He has like actually like really good framing and shit like that. It like looks
Yeah,
nice.
it's
None
just,
of those like disgusting fucking shots where it's just like the dick going in the butt. Like a zoom in on the fucking asshole. Like that's what I think like close up shots of fucking assholes are like attractive. I don't understand the porn industry. I hate the porn industry.
They're like, oh yeah, let's zoom in on this guy's terrifying mustache.
I mean, like, okay, the porn industry is like wrong for like
a lot of reasons.
yeah, but like just from like a perspective of like creating satisfying porn, it's like
Also not very good.
yeah, just like why you gotta do that, man? Why
What's
you
the
gotta do
point of like all of your awfulness if you can't even like create good porn?
that? Yeah, like I
Anyway.
cry every goddamn day.
Anyway, Yoongi.
Yoongi finds these. What if it's like
How
a
does
series
Yoongi
of like
find-
4 or 5 of them or something like that? He's made a couple ciphers.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Namjoon sends them to him.
Oh my
And
god.
he's just like, how did you find this?
Namjoon's like, I was just, Namjoon seems like the kind of person who, like, stress searches things on Google.
Namjoon strikes me as the kind of person who's like, I'm so
What if
stressed,
they're,
and
like-
then he, like, jerks off, and then he opens, like, 6 different videos.
Well, no,
and,
no,
like,
no,
goes
no, no, no.
between
What
them.
if it's, Yoongi and Namjoon, like, collaboration or something like that?
Oh, yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah, the ciphers. There are,
And
like,
then
4 of them.
Namjoon's like, Yoongi, look what I found.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Yoongi's like, fucking seething.
It's just like, and I'm just like, I just sent it to you because I thought it was funny. You don't sue him.
Mm-hmm.
Then Yoongi has someone on the end who's like, don't sue him. He's like, I'm not gonna sue him. I'm just gonna go punch him. And Yoongi's like, I'm just like,
What?
why?
Namjoon's like, what if they've also, like, they've had Yoongi's music, like, used in a couple of, like, non-profit things? What if it's one of those things where, I don't know quite how copyright law on that works, but I know there are certain people who are like, you can use this for whatever the fuck you want as long as you don't make any money off of it.
Yeah.
Which would also be, like, decent reads, like, you don't make any money off of it and you have to, like, link back to it. I think that's, fair use? No, that's not fair use. I don't know what it is. Doesn't matter. I don't know anything about copyright law. I'm not a fucking lawyer. There are a couple people who follow me who are in law school and are probably gonna be, like, really fucking ashamed of me, but, like, I don't know anything about copyright law. What if it's the kind of thing where, you can fucking use it as long as you don't make money off of it and you, like, link back to it?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
He,
Like, there are a
links
couple,
to
like,
it in the
proper
description.
albums, yeah. And he, like, links to it in the description. The way Namjoon finds it is because he's one of those people who's like, oh god, I'm a failure as an artist and I have to, like, scour Google for every single time someone's talked about anything I've worked on. I do that.
I kind of want it to be like Namjoon's like jerking it, and he just like finds it.
That's, like, much more improbable, though.
Yeah. What if he like deliberately Googles like
Mm-hmm.
gay porn rapping?
That's not gonna... Okay.
Wouldn't that be funny?
Yeah, but, like, that's so much more improbable, though. Also,
I feel that.
like...
Yeah, I think the stress Googling thing's a little bit better.
I think stress Googling is, like, more fun, and also, what was I gonna say? Stress Googling is more fun. It also strikes me as something Kim Namjoon would do.
Yeah.
He's like, god damn it, gotta scour the internet for every single time someone's mentioned anything I've ever worked on, or me at all.
He like goes far back in the Google searches too,
Yeah.
and he finds like
finds
this like
it.
seedy fucking website.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's just like, oh yeah, and he like watches the video and he's like, there are more of these. There's more than one of these.
There are, like, 4 of these? Holy shit! And they're all, like, the same way with the same couple, too? Originally, Taehyung was gonna do them with different couples, but then he couldn't find anybody who could rap as well as Hosok.
It's just like, Hosok, you're good at this, and then like, he keeps.
Exactly, yeah.
So how did Yoongi and Taehyung hashtag get together?
Oh, yeah. Well, the way that it should happen is Yoongi contacts
Yoongi
Taehyung.
sends him like a cease and desist email where it doesn't actually have any like legal stuff in it. So Taehyung like takes it to his lawyer because he's like, oh god, I've been sent a cease and desist, and then his fucking lawyer, who is really just like a friend he knows from law school.
It should be
it's
Jin.
like- It's Jin. And he's just like, none of this is actually legal. He hasn't sent you an actual cease and desist letter. It's just like,
It's just angry.
he's just angry. And he's like,
I also want, like, a scene where Namjoon is, like, talking to Yoongi, and he's just like, why are you so upset about this? Like, people have used your stuff in, like, little tiny productions before? You know what I'm talking about?
And he was just like, this fucking, this porn, and
Mhm.
it's not the same thing.
Namjoon's like, what's wrong with porn, man? Porn is like, blah, 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 blah. And Namjoon, like, has all these fucking, like, philosophical, like,
It's like the internet is for porn.
and Yoongi's just like, fuck it, somebody used my music for porn, fuck. Namjoon is like, why are you so, like, uptight about this? And Yoongi's like, it's porn! And Namjoon's like, you don't have a lot of, like, insight into who you are as a person, do you, Yoongi? And Yoongi's like, it's porn!
Angry
anyway,
boy.
Yeah, he sends Taehyung a cease and desist letter, and then emails him, and then Taehyung emails him back, and he's like, I'm sorry. I'm really proud of these, though, and this isn't, like, a real legal thing at all, so...
I mean, if you send me a real legal thing, I'll respond, but I don't...
I think you're just kind of mad, so I'm sorry you're mad, I guess.
He, like, sends, like, a paragraph about,
Yeah.
like, in the bodies of art, and I think
Yeah.
that you're... I really think that it spoke to me on a deeper level,
Yeah,
and I just wanted
pornography.
to film people fucking to it.
He's like, pornography is like a genre, and like, blah, 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 blah. And Yoongi is like, I want to punch you.
He's like, what kind of pretentious ass.
I want to punch you. No, they should like meet up at some point though. They should meet up because Taehyung's like, well, I don't want to take it down because I'm like proud of it, but I don't want this guy to be like mad about it either. And it turns out that they like live like sort of near each other. You know what I'm talking about? So he's like, hey, well maybe you can just like come over like to my house and we can like jam and like chill
like,
or something.
talk
like
about
that.
our philosophies on art.
Yeah, exactly. And then
And Yoongi's just like, I think this guy and Namjoon would get along.
Jesus fucking Christ. Taehyung's like whole thing about like the philosophy of porn is like so much like less well phrased than Namjoon's though, and it like makes like absolutely zero fucking sense.
He's just like, I don't know, it's just hot, so it's like good and like artistic, and he's just like,
That doesn't.
that's hot does not equal art.
Jesus fucking Christ. Oh my god. What was I gonna say?
What if he like brings Namjoon along and Namjoon like translates? He's like, I think what he means is this, and Taehyung's like, yeah. And then at the end, Taehyung's like, so, and then he like gives Yoongi his number.
Aww,
And
that's
Yoongi's
so
like, what the
cute.
fuck, what the fuck, what the fuck? This is stupid. And then he puts it into his phone.
It's adorable. He's like, okay. Also, Taehyung is like high key like listen to like all of Yoongi's fucking music. I think it should be the situation like where like the ciphers or like something he like worked on with Namjoon or something like that.
Yeah.
They're not really like full formed like songs or anything like
Yeah.
that. They're kind of like bare bones. But they're they're the sort of thing where he puts them out for free on SoundCloud as
Yeah.
like little teaser things, teaser tracks.
For his albums.
Yeah, exactly. Or what do you call
Hey,
it?
player hater, you should love yourself.
What was I gonna say? But yeah, and then Taehyung gives. I love Taegi so much. I love Taegi so much. We never talk about Taegi enough.
You never write Taegi. I'm
I
like, what
know.
ship should we use with Yoongi? And you're like, Jimin. And I'm like, anybody else? And you're like, Jimin.
You know what? You can fucking.
Anybody else? Namjoon.
I don't like Sugamon that much. We don't usually use Sugamon.
We don't.
We use Sugar Cookie sometimes though.
Oh yeah, you like sugar cookies.
I love.
I'm
Sugar
like,
Cookie.
what are the options? And you're like, Jimin. And I'm like, not Jimin. And you're like, Jungkook. And I'm like, not Jungkook. And you're like,
Well, he should be Ace then.
exactly, exactly. Taegi is not your top
It
priority.
really isn't. I want to write it though. I want to write it so bad. Somebody sent me a prompt for it that I've been meaning to do for like 3 months, but I haven't.
3 years.
It's a good prompt too. It's like
3 years.
it's like if I have not been in Bangtan. Bangtan's barely been around for 3 years. Shut up.
3 years.
It's been 84.
It's been 84 years. Anyway.
That's from Titanic. Did you know that?
Yes.
I didn't know that. I'd never seen Titanic. I watched it with Root Tattoo Guy the other day.
Mhm.
It's like a 3-hour-long movie. We made out for most of it, but I caught all the memes. I kept pointing out. I was like, "That's a meme. That's a meme. That's a meme." And he was like, "The memes never end, do they?" And I was like, "No."
Memes are eternal. The Titanic was not.
That's fucking funny. Did you know the Titanic sung on my birthday? April 15th.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
It's kind of dark.
Yeah, it is. Also, I like could not sleep last night because I watched Titanic and I spent most of it like making out with that guy, but like I could not get the thought of like Leonardo DiCaprio's like cold, iced over, like dead fucking body, like gently like drifting into the ocean. I was like, oh god, that gives me such skeevies, and I had to like wake up and like make food and like write for a while to like get it out of my head.
So weird.
It was a creepy image, okay? I wasn't even like that invested in the movie, but I was just like,
Leonardo DiCaprio was coming for me.
it wasn't like I was afraid of him. I was just like, it gave me the skeevies. I like felt bad. I was like,
Anyway,
I think what we should do. Are we about done with that one? Do you
I
think?
think so, yeah.
Okay, I think we should take a break and we should fill up on water and I should go pee.
I also.
Okay, then I will pause the recording and then we will resume later.